How are we doing today? We are about to start, I think.
Dano0B84 just followed.
Dan, thank you so much for following. How are you doing today? Okay, I think I can write an announcement on Twitter and LinkedIn, and then we can get started. Can you hear me okay, folks? Okay, LinkedIn done. Twitter is done as well. I think we can go ahead and get started. Let me shut down the music. All right, let's get started. I'm ready to go. Hello and welcome everyone. My name is Dmitry, and today I will continue working on my AWS Code networking infrastructure as code with Pulumi. Yesterday, let's see where I left off yesterday. I can walk through that a little bit, and then we can focus on today. By the way, I decided to try out Cursor AI as a text editor as my idea of choice, and I actually found it pretty good. The AI auto-completion is okay. Like, it is actually much more helpful than in VS Code and other editors. So what we did yesterday, and then I did a little bit of work off the stream because I really couldn't stop thinking about this problem. We are trying to create a well-architected VPC. And the key point here, let me fix this for a second. I think I made some changes that are not true. Like this. So this is like how I envision VPC inputs in structure like this, and we can like keep modifying it as we go. And I really wanted to have this functionality where I provide the VPC CIDR statically, but then if I want to divide my subnets, and of course I'm not sharing the screen. 1 second. All right, folks, can you hear me okay? Can you see the screen fine? Let me know in the chat. So here we have the inputs for our VPC. We have a VPC name. Maybe I will actually change this to VPC name. I added some new stuff that we are going to implement today. But the key functionalities that I was trying to build yesterday at the very end of the stream was this. We provide the VPC CIDR statically, but then I say, give me a subnet of size /24 or 27 or whatever, so that I don't have to do this breakdown manually. And yeah, it was a little bit more involved function. So I was actually trying to do LLM yesterday for it, and results were not great. Then I did another, so I did LLM with Cursor AI on off the stream. It actually didn't provide me the result I wanted. It was close, but it was not exactly the same. So I decided I will just write the whole thing on my own, and then it did help me with writing tests for it. So yeah, that was pretty good. So the key pieces that allowed me to do that was the netother library compared to built-in IP address library. Just give me 1 second. I want to make sure that my stream, there is sound and all is good. Okay, let's try one more time. Hey YouTube, do you folks can hear anything? Hey YouTube. Okay, no, it's good. Okay. Awesome. All right, let's go back. So the key piece here was this netother function library, and it has two very cool functions. So the first one is okay. well, there is this subnet function, which kind of is almost the same like as IP address subnet function. So this was like whatever. So this can break your big subnet into small subnet of specific size. That one is fine. But there are two more functions which are pretty cool. So one of them is this CIDR exclude, and then another one is CIDR merge. So what this allows you to do, and let me bring up Excalibur. So let's say, and this is what I was building yesterday, so I can delete this. Let's say you have a one second. So let's say I have a subnet, maybe let's do like this. Okay, and I need 3 subnets, and I want them in like yeah, I want to have 3 subnets. I want /26. I then ask for /25, and then I say I also need the /26. So if we are humans, like, we can do this pretty easily. We say this one is this one. This one will be 128/25. And this one, we have one more left block, like this. Yeah. So how do we implement this kind of behavior? Now, one additional interesting thing here is that you can see that this last subnet is actually in the block before /25. This will be important when we will compare this to something else. Okay, so how does my algorithm works, and where this CIDR merge and CIDR exclude functions are showing? So the algorithm is like this. So let's delete this human stuff. First we say, okay, I need a /26. So we keep track of free blocks in the list. So something like this. This is what we do first. We take the first one and we compare, well, can I get a /26 block from this first block here? And if we cannot, if these masks are reversed, then like I go to the next block. Cool. So we can take this block and allocate /26 for it. Okay, so the next thing we do we use this netOther function, which was really, really helpful. So this function is called CIDR exclude. So we take all existing blocks except of this block. So everything that was before this block and everything that was after. And then we apply this function where we say from this subnet, exclude this subnet. So now the way this will look like will be like this. So it will be 96. Oh, sorry. 64, right? 64 slash 26, and then 10, 10, 10, 128 slash 25. Okay. So this function did this heavy lifting for us. Now something else that now we do is we call another function called cider merge. So what cider merge does, in case we had something different, in case we, let's say, had 10, 10, 10, 64, if we had like this, so if we had like this, then when we apply the function called cider merge, it will find all contiguous blocks and merge them together. So we will go back to this. So this allows us, if we kind of like start breaking down our cider too much, we can merge it back. Right, and then we apply algorithm again. So after next iteration, we get the first subnet here. We see that 26 is bigger than slash 25, so we cannot allocate slash 25 from this block. So we skip it. We go to this one. Okay, and this one is exactly what we need. So we go ahead and put it here. We do cider exclude, so we subtract from this subnet, and it's going to be nothing basically. So in the next iteration, the only thing that is left is this one, and then we do it again. And this is our result. Now, why did select this example in particular? Because it's actually different how Terraform built-in function works. Do I have? I do have Terraform console. Let me show you this. So in Terraform, there is cider subnets, and there is 10, 10, 10, 0 slash 24, and then you specify new bits like this. So you kind of like subtract from like slash 26, 24, from slash 25, 24, and from slash 26, 24. Now, if you just specify these two, you need to, let me fix this. So if you specify only these two values, I think like this. Yeah. So the first two subnets will be allocated fine, but this third subnet will not be allocated fine. So it actually is no longer working, right? So it's kind of a problem. So like we don't really use the remaining cider block. So that's why I think what I built is actually better than this, right? So I have here an example of exactly this. If you do it like this, this is what you get. We have like some other examples. I also added tests here just to make sure that it's working. Yeah, so it seems to be fine. Let me see if there are any questions in the chat. Hi, why not OpenTofu? Uh, Same kind of thing with Terraform. I think on my first stream I have here a comparison somewhere. Yeah, Terraform maybe even at open tofu. I've been doing Terraform for many years. I know it very well, but doing complex things in Terraform is not easy. For example, this kind of subnet division is actually pretty complex to do. Yeah, so my two main problems with Terraform, there are too many constraints what you can do because it's not programming language, and all of these conditional for loops are pretty bad. And then the way the root module is handled I also think is pretty bad. Now with Pulumi you get programming language, and then you can use all of your programming language tooling. I can actually show something else here. I really like data validation layers that I built. So I have here these inputs in YAML. And actually you can see it over here. Like I am running Pulumi up and I'm doing validation. I should probably fix this part. Yeah, so something. Yeah, so for example, if this doesn't confront your model, like you didn't specify some particular fields, it'll kind of yell at you of, hey, you didn't provide something, or this key is invalid or something like this. There's common infrastructure shouldn't be about programming, it should be about declaration. I guess we'll agree to disagree. If you want to do infrastructure at scale, and depending on your use case, you might want to provide simple interface for your consumers, but internals of that piece of module, template, whatever you want to call it, might be complex. The key should be to make consumers of your infrastructure be able to very easily to interact with it. So only asking for inputs that they actually need to provide. Do I plan to stream on a regular basis? Yeah, I've been streaming for the last 3 days. I'm not sure if it's going to be daily, but yeah, for now it's daily. Maybe after I finish building what I want with Pulumi, it will be a little bit more relaxed. Okay, let's keep building this. So there is a lot of this stuff that wasn't implemented. So I want to implement IPAM here. So I want to be able to grab an IP block from IPAM. I want to add these two, but these two are very easy. And then we need to deal with root tables. This one will be moderate complexity. Oh, and we also will need to do transit gateway attachment. Okay, maybe I will start with something simple. We can add first all of this into data validation so that we can actually run the program, because currently it's failing. Yeah, probably. Thank you for following, man. Okay. Yeah, I think we will modify our model so we can actually do some deploys, and then we will actually implement this functionality. Let's do what? Let's save this, split, and write model. Okay, internet gateway, we have this. A virtual gateway ASN, we have this. We need to have a root tables, which is a list of root table. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. So we need a list of subnets. We need a list of roots. Oh, I already have a list of roots. And then root contains what prefix and next hop. Okay, I think this should be able to pass validation. Let's see if this works. Did I save this? I didn't save this. Root table, list of root tables. Okay, I'm not sure I'm seeing the problem. Root tables fields required. Root tables is missing. It should be on the VPC level. Yeah, that's fine. Root tables. A root tables field required. Okay, I'm actually not seeing the problem. These should be CIDRs. This should be root tables. And then this should be field required. Root tables field required. I'm not sure I'm seeing this. Are you folks seeing this? What's the problem here? Hey Jack, how are you doing? Yeah, maybe we need to bring up debugger or something. Okay, I think I will have to. Let's do what? Let's see if this works. Did I break my YAML? Okay, that's interesting. Now my just loading file even fails. I don't see the problem. Okay, I'm so confused. I don't understand what's going on. Validation for VPC config. Input should be a valid dictionary. And it breaks on VPC config model validate. My config file is empty. Did I just move some files around and it's broken now? Application, dbot, EU central one. Def vpc.yaml. The file path seems to be correct. I am confused. Oh, is this? Scanner error. This seems to me like invalid YAML, right? Oh, I think I know what it is. I think this is this one, right? I think this is the problem. Maybe let's but I like codes. Yeah, I think that this is the problem. It was it. It wasn't it. Nope. Should I ask LLM? Let's see. Okay, I see this part. Yeah, this is it's correct that it is a problem. Removed redundant, add quotes. Oh, should it be double? Let's try again. Line 38. Yeah, I think you're right. I think this is it. Yeah, you're right. Thank you so much, Iman. Molgord, hey, thanks for joining. I'm doing awesome. Just finished my working day and playing with Pulumi. How are you? Hey folks, also don't forget to join Discord in case you want to make sure you know when I'm going live. Okay. This is fixed. Yeah, it was quotes. Let's go back. I don't need this file. Can I do Pulumi up? I need to remove breakpoints. Where are they? Main PY. Okay, let's try again. SSO credentials. Yeah, okay. This I can fix. AWS SSO login. Let's copy this. Okay. Let's try again. VPC has a problem. Expected CIDR block to contain the valid network value. Expected, and yeah, I think this is what is happening is because I yesterday created a resource, a VPC, and now I'm rewriting some values. I would suspect that I will have to destroy what I have. How did you pivot from traditional networking to cloud DevOps? I was doing network automation for many years for on-premises, and at some point I realized that like the industry is kind of like not really progressing, and it was very similar situation on the job market as well. So I decided to change something, and I was recommended to join the cloud provider, and that's what I did. Okay, so this is a little bit weird. This doesn't allow me to destroy resources. And it doesn't allow me to do that because subnets depend on this CIDR block. Oh yeah, okay, I think I see what it is. This is actually super interesting scenario. This is something that Terraform would also not be able to resolve by default. And let me explain why. Let's do another Excali draw. I think I can get rid of this. So you have a VPC resource. And then you add VPC CIDR association. Then you create subnet. Subnet depends on the VPC. But your subnet can also be from secondary CIDR. So in this case, this was 10, 10, 10, 0 / 24. And this one was like something like this, right? So you create this secondary, another subnet like this. So subnet depends only on VPC. It doesn't depend on this VPC CIDR association block. So even though there is some kind of dependency here, right? It's just not explicit. So the problem here is when I tried to kill this resource, I couldn't because I still had a subnet. Because we didn't have this full graph built, so Pulumi doesn't know that subnet depends on this and there is dependency. It couldn't delete it. In Terraform, you would have exactly the same thing. So the way you solve it in Terraform is by using depends on. I don't know if there is something like this in Pulumi depends on. So if there is, then yeah, it does seem like there is. Depends _on, and you provide resource option. Yeah. So that's what we need to do. We need to say that subnet depends on the Yeah, this will be actually difficult. Will this be difficult? This should be difficult, right? Okay, I think here it's going to be better than in Terraform. And I will try to showcase this. So we need to say that a particular subnet depends on a CIDR block. Okay, how do I do this? So we will change here a little bit. So for VPC, CIDR in VPC config CIDRs, or subnet config in VPC CIDR.subnets. I'll do like this. Now here we will say that okay, we have to keep a mapping here as well. Yeah, so secondary CIDRs is going to be dictionary. We need to keep a mapping between CIDR block and the resulting resource. Yeah, like this. So here we'll have a mapping of the CIDR to the object. So here in subnet, where did they say in the example it used to be? How to make resource 2 dependent on resource 1 via options. Like this. And we need to import this. Okay. I hope I didn't break it, but I guess we'll see. So let's see if this works. Okay, this is good. Now let me explain why this is superior to what Terraform can do, at least in this case. So this is the problem that we have, right? That we have an implicit dependency between subnet and VPC CIDR association. I will sketch some Terraform code, but like I will not run it, but if you want, you can check it out that I am telling you the truth. Maybe, can we do LLM? Right. write Terraform code that creates a VPC with at least one with two siders, two subnets per sider. Take arbitrary siders. Oops. Okay. Now something we can accept. Let's rewrite this to for each. Rewrite to use for each. Okay. This depends on is incorrect, but whatever. Okay. So let me try to explain this. So the same kind of problem is solved via this, right? Here is the problem though. This is done for every resource. Like because there is for each statement here, this will depend on this and on all of these secondary cider blocks. So if you have a scenario where we have something like this, we have one primary cider and two secondary ciders. And you say here that subnet depends on VPC cider association, which is this. This will make it so every resource of type subnet depends on every VPC cider association. Like this, basically. Even though that's not true, right? The only dependency which is here will be like this. And here, like you cannot put here like secondary 0 or something. It doesn't work this way. It will depend on like every resource that is under this. Like if you do an index, nothing will change. But even if you could do an index, it doesn't matter because your different subnets depend on different cider blocks. So I actually saw this problem happening and it was very, very hard to solve. Like you almost needed to deal with the state on your own, like do some state manipulations in order to get rid of this problem. And you can't fully do this in Pulumi because, let me show you this. Because for statement in Pulumi doesn't really put objects under the same umbrella. Those are truly separate VPC ciders, truly separate EC2, subnets, right? So when I run in my code I say here that this particular subnet that I create, this one, right? This one that is currently in this nested for loop. This subnet depends on a very specific secondary CIDR. Because I can be very precise in my dependencies. So I never really realized this, like until we actually got to this point. But this is awesome. Okay, let's go back. So now we should be able to do Pulumi up. Okay, so something is still broken. So let's try to find out what's going on. I don't think that's a problem. Expected CIDR block to contain a valid network value. Expected 10.10.80/22. Got 10.10.10.0/22. Why do we expect this 10.10.80? This one I don't understand. Where did we get 8? I want to say it's some kind of artifact from previous deployment. No. There is nothing here. There are no resources here. Let's check. Let's check our truth, which is our account itself. This VPC is not here. So this VPC is deleted. So somewhere we are getting this 10.10.08. But I am not seeing this. Is it bad if I just want to rerun it again and somehow I want to... I expect different result even though it makes 0 sense? Like, why is it... why is it happening? This makes 0 sense to me. Expected cider block to contain a valid network value. Oh! Oh my god. No. Okay, I see now. This is just not a valid network. That's it. Like, the network like this doesn't exist. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so I did break something, so let's try to deconstruct what's going on here. So, okay, so this depends on this failing because there is no key. 10, 10. Hmm. Okay. Why is this happening? For VPC, for some... Okay, yeah. Because not every... Depends on... Yeah, because this is primary cider. Okay. So, how do I do this? If VPC cider dot cider okay, if this VPC cider is if this is a primary cider, then dependencies will be nothing else. Dependencies will be that. So now here, just fix it for me. Okay, I don't need parent, I think. Maybe I can even do... no, that's fine. Let's run this. Okay, I keep breaking this stuff. Siders. Oh yeah, we need to change this to values. Okay, please work. No. Come on. VPC object has no attribute VPC ID. Oh yeah, I didn't manage to get this export working, so I will have to think about this. Let's go. Let's go. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, oh no, no. Missing parameter. The request must contain at least one of these parameters, CIDR block or IPv6 CIDR block or IPAM. Yeah, okay, so this is something that is probably somewhere here is a problem. So I have to find it. No, probably here in the VPC config. Okay, I see it's over here. I do need to do this differently. Yeah, this is because I don't call here magics that I need to call. I'm curious if I want to test something. Let's do uv run bpython. And then like this. Let's do like this. Okay, so if I say CIDR is... no, I did wanted to modify this a little bit. I'm not sure this works, so I want to test this. I don't think this works. Oh. Ah, god damn it. Okay. So let's say x is equal VPC cider. Yeah, this property doesn't work. If I do something like this, I don't think this works either. Oh, this actually works. This is weird. So, okay, but we cannot access another value. So how do I solve this? How can I solve this? So my problem is here I need to iterate through VPC.subnets, not VPC.cider subnets. And the reason why oh, I know what I can do. Okay. That's fine. We can go here and say dev get subnets. And then this will be a list of subnet. And then I can move this block there. Okay, so what will we be doing here? We'll say when we are getting the subnets, this will be a list of subnets. I will first check the subnets where we need to do automatic allocation. I will divide my cider into blocks, and then I can do this. So we kind of like modify this in place. Yeah, I think this is fine. So we don't need this block at all. We go here and say for every cider, to be honest, I can even also indicate that there is this dependency going on. To kind of make it self-sufficient. Yeah, I think I can do this. This will, how I can do this? I need to do this when I create an object. I can say that this subnet depends on that VPC cider. Should we use LLM for this? Let's do LLM. Okay. So let's do, what do I need to create? I need to yeah, no, I will not do this. Making this child dependent on this block will make it not very useful. Yeah, that's fine. We don't use this. We'll just say, okay, we create ciders. We create the subnets. We say for every cider, we get a config. Okay, I think this should work. Let's see if this works. This looks more optimistic. Yep, some subnets are being created. Okay, awesome. Yeah, this works. So let's go ahead to our console. We have our VPC with two ciders. And we have all of our subnets. And all of the divisions were done, like we never specified this IPv4 ciders. They were done for us automatically, which I think is pretty cool, Okay. Yeah, this works. This is good. Okay, let's move forward. So next is what? Internet gateway and virtual gateway. All right, this will be very, very straightforward. Very, very straightforward. Oh, LM seems to be working fine. This is missing an argument. VPN gateway doesn't have availability zone. I'm pretty sure. This needs to be ACR. Okay. Okay, let's rerun this. So we need to have internet gateway and we need to have virtual gateway. So I guess the next thing would be the route tables and not gateways, what we need to do. Okay, it's over here. And internet gateway is also over here. Awesome. Right, this is good. Route tables. So route tables will be not very hard, but there would be some problems there. Okay, so self route tables. This will be a dictionary because I want to keep track of the name of the route table. So we have a name of the route table. We have subnets, we have routes, we have prefixes, we have next hop. Let's see. I want to make sure that we can also do prefix lists. Okay, we can specify prefix list by PL. I'm curious if we can specify this com AWS statement. This will be even better. Like DynamoDB, for example, or something. I don't know. Okay, maybe just prefix list for now. Maybe we'll have in this private one, I want to say prefix list. Here will be PL CloudFront. This will go to IGW. That's what I want to implement. Okay. So what do we need to do? I think we only really need to reiterate for root table, for rt config in VPC config root tables, we create an object. This object really has a name. It is attached to VPC. We then need to create routes. So let's say this will also be a dictionary, because I might need to reference this. Okay, we need to do an additional thing. This will be expansion of this RFC 1918. I should probably change destination next up. Yeah, we'll change this prefix to destination. We need to change model as well. Okay. So here, for every route in rt-config routes, if route.destination is equal to RFC 1918, then this should expand to 192.116 10.0.0/8 and 172.16/12. Okay. So this maybe is called destinations. If okay, else destinations is equal to route.destination. then for destination in destinations, we'll create a route. When we create this route, we'll add this to our object. And when we fully create this, we'll say self route tables config name. Yeah, this will be a more complex object. We'll say rt is route table and routes is equal to routes, so that we can reference this. Okay. What about this route? Yeah, this route will have to say the name of the route table. Yeah, and destination. Yeah, this LM is actually okay here. It is created in the route table ID. So this object, fine. Destination cider block. This is incorrect. This is destination. Okay. In this gateway ID, this is something that needs to be taken care of. The problem is I don't really have I don't have a transit gateway yet, so I will change this transit gateway to virtual gateway for now, just so we can get it to work. So I need to write here kind of lookup, basically saying if this is next hop, then next hop will be this one. If this is IGW, then the next hop is that one. If this is a yeah, this needs to be better. This needs to be some kind of dictionary. Yeah, this needs to be a dictionary. So extra param. Maybe let's do next hop. Next hop. So this will be gateway ID. Yeah, this is how it needs to be. If this is transit gateway, next hop. Yeah. If this is cloud one, this is incorrect. We have to reference documentation. So this should be core network ARN. We still need to do network ID, root table ID, VPC pairing, VPC endpoint. Yeah. Yeah. For now, we will leave it like this. Yeah, this is fine. This block will need to expand. We'll have to create a function for it later. Okay, and the way we would resolve this, maybe else I will say next hop is equal to something like this. And here we will expand next hop. All right, so we created a root. We attached it to a root table for the specific destination, and we did the next hop. After we created the root, the last thing that we want to do is we want to attach subnets. That should be long. In order to do that, we need to change this to a dictionary. Let's say here that for the specific name, we will keep this in the subnet. Okay. Okay, so we did all roots. And after we did all roots, we need to create associations. Create RT subnet association. Okay. So this is association between subnet and root table. We will do it in reverse. So subnet first and then root table ID, subnet ID. and then we append this association to that list. And now we can add these associations. Actually, I don't really think we need that. Maybe just subnet IDs. Something like this. Yeah. I don't think we will get it work from the first attempt, but we'll see. Okay, so we're already hitting an issue here, which I thought I took care of, but apparently we didn't. Okay, I'm saying if root.destination is RFC 1918, then expand it to this. I see why, okay. Root object has no attribute next hop. Ooh. Root attribute has no object for root. Root has destination and root has next hop. Did I miss this anywhere? Okay, it's failing here. I don't get it. Destination next hop, destination next hop, destination next hop. Next hop is over there. It is also in the model. Root attribute. Root object has no attribute. Folks, I am not seeing this. If anyone is seeing, I would appreciate some help. I'm confused. If root next hop is equal to add which W, root object has no attribute next hop. Root object has no attribute next hop. Oh, I think I know what it is. Okay. I renamed it here. Okay. I think this might work. Apparently not. PL is not a valid CIDR block. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we'll have to adjust this. Okay, if destination starts with PL, then this one I'm not sure. Destination prefix list ID, is this correct? Yeah, this is actually correct. Destination prefix list ID root cfg dot destination. Yeah, no, I did it incorrectly. Okay, it should be done here. If destination starts with PL, then dest input alternatively this will be like this, and then here I need to do it like this. Okay, so let's run this. So if we did it okay, then we should be able to use prefix list here. This one I don't know. Subnet str object. Yeah. This is because I need to go through subnet values. Okay, this looks good. Maximum. We just hit the API limit. Pulumi API limits. Okay, how do we fix? Maximum number of routes has been reached. Wait, maybe. Maximum number of routes has been reached. This sounds to me like let's check this out. So this is FADA. This is something weird going on. This route table. Creating a route in route table FADA. Maximum number of routes has been reached. Um, okay, I think I just selected incorrect prefix list. I don't know what it is. But I do have the same error in the console, so that's good. Let's say, let's create a prefix list. Let's see if I can reference this one. Okay. Okay, this is over here. We have our DB subnets here. We have our int subnets here. Awesome. Right, we have almost fully working VPC. So I'm thinking maybe I should do DNS profile. Maybe transit gateway. Ideally, I would want to create a transit gateway separately. in like different stack.
But Hop could just followed.
Thank you for follow, Popcorn. So the next set of resources will be transit gateway, DNS profile, and NAT gateway. And also IPAM. All of these are paid resources, by the way. So ideally, I would want to create all of them in separate stacks. By the way, I wanted to showcase something. I have here, let's see if we can guys see. I have HashiCorp t-shirt while I'm actively not using Terraform for this. We could do something simpler. We can do gateway endpoints. Maybe even interface endpoints. So gateway and interface endpoints. IPAM, transit gateway, DNS. Transit gateway would be nice. But I do need a separate stack for it. And that will take some time. Maybe I can start, but I will have to wrap up soon. Right, transit gateway. Transit gateway. So I need to create a transit gateway. I will have to completely recreate stuff. Yeah, this would be like its own project, I would say. Yeah, you know what, guys? I will probably call it a day. Yeah, I think it's time for me to get some relax. Let's just summarize what we did. We implemented here pretty much everything. So we can create, we do have this automatic subnet allocation, internet gateway, virtual gateway. We do root tables. We can do absolutely arbitrary stuff in these root tables, which is pretty nice. Yeah, the next step will be transit gateway. So that's, it will do some other time. Maybe tomorrow, maybe some other day. Right, with that, thank you so much, folks, for being with me. I will see you next time. Don't forget to join our Discord channel. The link should be in description so that you stay up to date when I'm going live. Thanks. See you.